fall asleep like nothing's wrong, like we're still holding on. But lie awake in the afterglow of a love you'll never know. You're breathing soft, your hand's still near, but I'm a storm you cannot hear. I trace the cracks we never fix in the quiet of all this. And I become someone you don't see when the night takes over me. I'm crying after you sleep, the weight of every word I couldn't keep. You dream while I fall apart in the dark where I can't speak. I'm crying after you sleep, so you don't wake up to me. You think we're fine when morning comes, like nothing's ever wrong. But I've been breaking piece by piece in the silence all along. I wipe my tears before you rise, hide the truth behind my eyes. And I become what you believe, a love that still feels complete. The truth is heavy in my chest when I pretend I'm at my best. I'm crying after you sleep, where you'll never see my face. In a love I can't replace, in the quiet you don't reach. I'm crying after you sleep, and you'll never hear me speak. Maybe I should say it out loud, break the silence somehow. But I'm afraid if you knew, you'd stop loving me too. So I stay quiet in the pain while you drip through the rain. I'm crying after you sleep, but I smile when you wake, hiding all the parts of me that your love would never take. If I disappear in pieces, would you ever even see? I'm crying after you sleep, while you're still next to me. And the saddest kind of love I know is the one you never show. I'm crying after you sleep, but you'll never know. I still hear you in the silence of my room, like a ghost that never learned to leave too soon. Yeah, yeah. Every corner holds a memory of your name, but I don't call it out, it won't feel the same. I try to hold the pieces when they broke in my hands, but love like ours was built on sinking sand. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of this, breathing in the dust. And empty feels safer now. No more breaking me down, no more hope turning into pain. Somehow I don't cry like I used to do. I just stare right through the spaces where your love once grew. Yeah, empty feels safer now than loving you. I deleted every message, every trace, but I still see your shadow on my face, in the mirror where I used to dream so high. Now I just watch another version of me die. I gave you everything I didn't even have. Now I'm learning how to live with what I lack. And if healing means forgetting how to feel, then maybe I will. 'Cause empty feels safer now. No more breaking me down, no more hope turning into pain. Somehow I don't reach for you anymore. I just close that door. peace feels like another form of fate. I don't know if I'm lost or finally free, but nothing hurts like what you did to me. So empty feels safer now. Let the echoes fade out. I survived the storm, but I don't know how. I don't need your goodbye to know we died somewhere between truth and lies. Yeah, empty feels safer now than loving you. Empty feels safer now, but I miss you somehow. You had a way of saying sorry without ever meaning much, like words could fix the distance between us and your touch. I started learning your patterns like lines I had to know. Every reason your patterns like lines I had to know. Every reason you'd stay away before you'd even go. And I became so good at understanding what you were never planning. I memorized your excuses like they were part of your heart. Every night tonight I'm busy apart. I could say them right before you like a truth ahead. I memorized your excuses while forgetting what we said. You taught me how to wait for you without ever asking why. How to smile when you cancel plans and swallow every lie. I turned your patterns into comfort, even when they cut too deep. Like if I learned them perfectly, you might finally choose to keep. But love shouldn't feel like guessing, rehearsing your confession. I memorized your excuses like they were part of your soul. Every broken little promises before you even spoke. I memorized your excuses while you turned us into smoke. Maybe I was just too patient, or maybe I was scared to see that someone who really wants you doesn't leave you one too late. I memorized your excuses, but I can't memorize goodbye or rise goodbye. I memorized your excuses, just the love in your silence and everything I believe. I memorized your excuses, and I still hear them sometimes like echoes in my mind. I memorized your excuses. When you were memorized, when you were never really mine. You walked in like a warning sign, disguised as something good for me. There was a tremble in your smile, like you were hiding what I couldn't see. I felt it in the way you spoke, like every word could fall apart. But I still let you get too close, even knowing from the start. There was a voice I couldn't drown, saying, don't let your guard down. I knew it from the start, you were never gonna stay, but I still gave you all my heart anyway. I saw it in your eyes, every truth you tried to hide. I knew you'd say goodbye, but I loved you through the lie. You held me like a borrowed dream, like I was only yours for now. Every promise felt incomplete, but I believed them all somehow. I traced forever in your hands while you were already letting go. I guess I thought that loving you might change what I already know. I heard the cracks before the break, still chose every chance I shouldn't take. I knew it from the start, you were never gonna stay, but I still gave you all my heart anyway. I saw it in your eyes, every truth you tried to hide. I knew you'd say goodbye, but I loved you through the lies. Maybe I just wanted to be wrong, maybe I needed something to hold on. Even if it tore me apart, at least I felt it in my heart. And now I'm stelted in my heart, and now I'm standing in the end that I saw before it began. I knew it from the start, still I let you in too deep. Now I'm picking up the parts of a love you couldn't keep. I saw it in your eyes, but I chose to stay and try. I knew you'd stay and try, I knew you'd say goodbye. Still I never asked you why. Somewhere between truth and love. Gave me just enough to hold, a fragile love, a heart on loan. I saw the cracks, I felt the truth, but I kept choosing you. You pulled away, then pulled me back, like I was tied to what we had. I called it love, you called it space, but I was losing in that place. I heard the warning in my mind, but I left it all behind. I stayed when I shouldn't, held on when you let go, gave you my pieces you never wanted to hold. I kept believing you'd be what I deserved, but I stayed when I shouldn't, and it's the reason that it hurts. You said you cared, but not enough to ever choose me when it got tough. I made excuses for your ways while you just walked away. I lost myself trying to fight for something already saying goodbye. And every tear I tried to hide was truth I kept inside. I knew the ending all along, still I stayed and proved it wrong. Shouldn't, held on when you let go, gave you my pieces you never wanted to hold. I kept believing you'd be what I deserved, but I stayed when I shouldn't, and it's the reason that it hurts. Maybe love made me blind, or maybe I just needed time to see that I was worth more than a heart you couldn't understand. The part of me I used to lose. I stayed when I shouldn't, but I won't anymore. I'm walking out of everything I begged you for before. I'll take what's left of me and finally put me first. I stayed when I shouldn't, but I'm done being the one who hurts. You were never mine to keep, just a lesson cut too deep. I stayed when I shouldn't, now I'm learning how to leave. Coffee's cold and the light is gray. I watch the colors wash away today. inside the frame, but now I'm shivering just hearing your name. I've traced the cracks along the floor. I can't be who I was before. I won't beg for love again. No, I won't beg for love. No more chasing shadows in the wind. I've given every piece of me I own, just to feel like I was never alone. But the sky is falling on my head. I won't beg for love again. You found a way to make the silence scream, woke me up from a dying dream. I kept on giving what you wouldn't keep, watching all my promises get cheap. Now the umbrella's broken in my hand. I'm sinking in the shifting sand. I won't beg for love again. No, I won't beg for love. No more chasing shadows in the wind. I've given every piece of me I own, just to feel like I was never alone. But the sky is falling on my head. I won't beg for love again. Maybe one day the sun will break. Maybe there's a life for me to make, without the weight of you upon my chest. Until then, I'm just trying to rest. I won't beg for love again. You say my name like it's something safe, like it doesn't shake my heart in place. But I can feel the distance in your touch, like I'm almost enough but not quite enough. Like I'm almost enough but not quite enough. You're here but you're not really here. Half your heart disappears, and I'm just trying to read between the lines of what you mean. Don't give me pieces of your soul if you're already letting go. Love me like you mean it, or don't love me at all. Don't build me up in daylight just to leave me in the fall. I don't need your almost, I don't need your in between. Love me like you mean it, or stop pretending what we mean. You hold my hand, then pull away, like love is something you can't stay. You look at me like I'm the past, like nothing good is built to last. And I'm tired of second place in a race I didn't want to chase. If your heart is somewhere else, then let me save myself. I can't keep drowning in your might be when I need you fully. Love me like you mean it, or don't love me at all. Don't whisper set forever just to watch it fall. I don't want your almost, I don't want your pretend. Love me like you mean it, or let this be the end. I'm not asking for perfection, just a love without rejection. Something real, something true, something I can feel from you. Because I can't keep guessing if I'm losing or I'm winning. Love me like you mean it. like you mean it, or just let me be. I woke up to the echo of your goodbye, still hanging in the corners of my mind. Your name is written in the cracks of my chest, where I gave you everything I had left. The morning light feels heavier than it should, like even the sun forgot I'm no good. Without you here I'm learning how to breathe, but every breath still feels like it's leaving me. I don't fall apart the way I used to do, but that's only 'cause there's nothing left of you. I'm picking up my pieces slowly, one broken heart at a time, and pretending I'm okay when I'm only holding on to what's still mine. And if healing means I lose you completely, then let the pain take its time. I'm picking up my pieces slowly, while you fade out of my mind. I walk past places that we used to go, they don't feel like ours anymore, just roads. And every laugh I fake feels out of place, like I'm wearing someone else's face. I keep your memory locked in a drawer, but it still leaks through the cracks in my door. I tell myself I'm stronger than before, but some nights I still fall to the floor. I don't reach for you in the dark like before, but I still feel you in everything I ignore. I'm picking up my pieces slowly, one heartbeat at a time, learning how to live with only version that was yours and mine. And if moving means I lose you completely, then I'll learn how to skip by. I'm picking up my pieces slowly, while you fade out of my life. It's not that I stopped loving you, it's just I ran out of ways to hold it true. So I'm gathering the shards of who I was and trying to rebuild without us. I'm picking up my pieces slowly, through the tears I don't let show, and even if it breaks me wholly, it's the only way I know. And maybe one day I'll feel something deeply without you in every line. I'm picking up my pieces slowly, until I'm finally mine. Slowly, slowly, I'm learning to let you go. I stood there in the doorway light, watching us turn into goodbye. No fight left in your tired eyes, just the truth you couldn't hide. I could've left when love went cold, but I kept holding what I know. But I kept holding what I know. We're slipping further every day. Still, I chose to stay. I thought love meant not letting go, even when it starts to go. This is the last time I stay in a love that's already faded away. I gave you every chance I had to be the one you couldn't hold back, but you were already gone inside, and I was just learning how to try. This is the last time I stay in a love that never stayed with me. You didn't say the words out loud, but silence said it all somehow. We were strangers in the same room, dancing around our ending soon. I memorized your disappearing, I memorized your disappearing, every slow and quiet leaving, like I was trying to delay what, and boy, you couldn't change. And every time I let you in, I lost myself a little bit. This is the last time I this is the last time I stay, and the last time I fall apart. Pack my silence in a bag, along with every maybe we ever had. Left it by the door tonight, where we learned to lose the fight. You didn't ask me where I'd go, like deep down you already know. Some endings don't need sound, they just slowly come around. And I stood still for one last breath, between what's left and what is next. I'm walking out without you, no screaming, no goodbye, just a heart that finally learned when to stop asking why. I loved you past the breaking point, past what I should have done. Now I'm walking out without you, even though you were the one. The pictures still are on the wall, but they don't look like us at all. Just ghosts of what we tried to be, still fading quietly. You turned away, I turned the key, and set myself from everything that kept me small inside your arms, that once felt like they'd never harm. No final words, no final plea, just me choosing me. I'm walking out without you, we're shaking hands and tired eyes, leaving all the dreams I had beneath your empty skies. I gave you all I couldn't lose, still ended up alone. Now I'm walking out without you, but I'm finally going home. Baby, love was never ours, just a place we tried to stay. But staying meant forgetting who I was before this pain. And I won't look back this time, even if it breaks my mind. I'm walking out without you, and it hurts to let you go, but I can't keep living in a love that didn't grow. So I'm choosing all my pieces. I'm walking out without you, and I'm walking out as me. No more holding on too tight, no more staying just to fight into my own light. You said my name like it was safe, like I was something you could save, but I was never first in line, just something you'd come back to sometimes. I watched you hesitate and stall, like I was never yours at all, just a maybe you'd hold tight when nothing else felt right. And I kept waiting for the day you'd finally choose to stay, but you never really chose me, not in the way I need you to. I was always almost everything, but never quite your truth. When the world got too loud, but when it came to forever, you always backed out. I learned the way you drift away, before you even say that love is just a word you use when you don't know what to do. I built a home inside your maybe, while you kept slipping through my hands. And every time I asked for more, you gave me less than I had. And I mistook your warmth for care, while you were never really there. But you never really chose me, just the idea of me sometimes. I was there for all your endings, but never part of your mind. I was holding on to something, and I learned the hardest truth of all is I wasn't where you lived. Maybe I was just convenient, a quiet place to fall apart. But I wanted to be someone you didn't have to restart. Now I see it crystal clear, I was never what kept you here. You never really chose me, and I won't beg anymore. I was writing us a future while you were heading for the door. So I'm letting go of almost of the love I couldn't prove. You never really chose me, now I'm finally choose me too. No more waiting in between, no more living in your weave. You held my hand like you meant it, said all the words just right, painted pictures of forever, then disappeared overnight. You knew exactly how to pull me in, like I was where you belonged. But every time I leaned too close, something you went wrong. You gave just enough to make me stay, then slowly pulled it all away. You were good at almost loving me, good at making me believe we were closer than we were, somewhere in between. You were good at almost staying, but never all the way. You were everything I needed, just not enough to stay. You'd call me when you felt alone, like I was your safe place. But when I needed something real, you couldn't meet me halfway. I learned your patterns like a song that never reached the end. You kept me hanging on your words, like maybe and pretend. I kept hoping you would change, while you stayed exactly the same. You were good at almost loving me, good at making me believe we were closer than we were, somewhere in between. You were good at almost staying, but never all the way. You were everything I needed, just not enough to stay. Maybe I was just a moment you could walk away from clean, while I was building something real from everything you didn't mean, every almost like it's real. You were good at almost loving me, but never good enough to try. I was giving you forever, while you were saying not tonight. Now I'm learning how to leave what I begged. You were everything but honest, and I was everything you take. Yeah, you were good at almost, at touching but not holding, at staying but not choosing. You were good at almost, but I deserve something real.